Welcome back to Lesscashmoremash. My name's Tom.
And I'm Mike.
And today we're cracking open a new bottle of Remus Repeal Reserve number 8. And I triple checked it to make sure it's number 8, because when we did number 7, it was actually number 6. But there is the Roman numerals up here that I know where to look now. So kind of excited to try this one. I'm going to come in with an open mind, because both of them, the price kind of kills them on this one, but they've done good in blinds when we've gone back to them. So let's get right into the particular on this one so we can get it in our face. So this one is, again, number 8. So it comes in at 101 proof. We got it for the low price of $99.99. So the distiller, and it's distilled and bottled by Ross and Squibb, otherwise MGP, out of Lawrenceburg, Indiana. So 9% of this was made in 2007 bourbon. It's at a 21% rye, which makes it a 17-year. Then 24% is 2014, also 21% rye, a 10-year. This is the blend, by the way. And it's a 67% of another 2014 that had 36% rye, and that's also 10 years. So there's some age in this bottle anyways.
Mm-hmm. So I see.
So we'll see how it is. Like, I guess I could have poured this while I was babbling along, but it's hard to read and pour at the same time sometimes. But, it's like walking and chewing gum. You know what I mean?
If I was smart, I could have grabbed it instead of
No.
pouring, since I'm just sitting here listening.
Right.
I'm paying attention.
Paying attention. Usually when he pays attention, he interrupts me somehow by saying something. But so we'll see what happens. Again, these have done, at first we were like, nah, but every time we put them in a blind, they've actually done very good. I haven't gone back to them in a while. The nose is coming out of there hard.
No, it is.
Jeez.
You might even get a light mint.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm not getting a mint. Not yet. Not yet. You might. I mean, 36% rye is a high rye bourbon, but and it's the majority of the
others too.
Yeah, you figure out of a blend.
It's got a decent flavor though.
I haven't even got that far yet, but I will say one of my favorite ones that these guys did was that high rye one that's like 49% rye, 51% corn. The high rye bourbon.
The round bottle one?
No, it's way up in the back. No, I guess it's round. It's right next to the Remus Repeal.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite ones. It just had a nice taste.
Decent too. I don't think that was crazy. I don't think we're up in this. I think we're in 40, 50s.
That's nice though. I mean, that's the only thing that hurts me on these. I mean, I get it. It's a lot of work. And they're older bottles. You know what I mean? I understand. You know what I mean? Although it's only 9%, that's the 17 year. But both of them are 10. So if you go with the magical $10 per year, it's at $100. You know what I mean? So it is proof. But, at 101 proof, though, it's hard to pay the same as what you proof it at. You know what I mean? Like, to me.
It's tasty, though.
No, it is good. That first sip that I had, it's still in my mouth actually, and I only took a baby sip because I wasn't.
I did a baby sip. I didn't swish it. There's not a lot of notes in the nose though. It has a nose, but I'm not getting a bunch of anything.
It has a ton of flavor though. Man, this is actually really good. I will say, too, first drink of the day, and granted it's only 101 proof, but, man, it's all flavor sitting in your mouth. It's not coming off hot. You know what I mean? I can actually say last night I did some just Wild Turkey 101 because we haven't had it in a long time, and I'm like, I'm just going to try it right off the bat, And, it was throwing the elbows. It's only 101 proof, but when you have that first drink, it takes you a minute to acclimate to the thing, and it tasted like thinner than I remember it. You know what I mean? Just because I'm not used to, just drinking that one. But man, this has a boatload of flavor coming out of this.
It doesn't. I believe if we had them side by side, this would be a lot softer.
Well, that's what I was getting at. Like there's no elbows going down. No, everything that stays in your mouth is 100% just flavor. It's not coming off hot at all. It's not poofy.
No, it's tasty.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mind me.
And you can actually really get the. It's a nice, and when you swallow, it is a nice oaky presence at the end. It's not bitter. It's not. It's just
No,
nice.
it's definitely there's no bitter, there's no real bad taste in it at all.
No, so you get a beautiful caramel throughout. I
There's a
agree
light
with you. The
caramel
only thing you're
now.
missing so far is I'm not really getting the mint you were talking about.
It's
I'm
gone now.
trying to see
since
if you get a cooling sensation when I swallow, as
I
opposed to a
switched
mint.
it, and you didn't even really get like a crazy, you know, it didn't stick around or the numbness. So
Mhm.
I wouldn't jump to there. Just initially, I got a hint of mint, but now it's more caramel.
Man, there is a ton of flavor though.
Mhm.
For 101 proof, man, you could guzzle this thing.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But you don't need to because I can't tell you. This has a great finish for 101 proof. It's
It does.
staying on like the higher proof ones do. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like it's really has a generous flavor. I know it's so long ago, and yeah, you're gonna give me the same answer Ryan always gives me about memory things. But if you go back to like that rare character, the one thing I didn't like about it, it seemed like watery for what it was, but this one's like really hanging on.
It did. So what was weird? The very first sip was a small one for me,
Yep.
and it seemed like it was here today, gone tomorrow. And then after I took a second one, which was a bigger sip, and then kind of switched it and got my flavor, then it does stay on your tongue and stick around. The little baby sip I took was very deceiving, the first one. Plus, it was real easy, so I was like, wow, this was like here today, gone tomorrow. But you know, it's. I think it's
You
decent.
really do get like there's a nice little cinnamon in it. You get like a lot of the bacon spices in there from the rye. Like there is, it's not flat out because it is drinking somewhat smooth. When you swish it though, I do get a little bit of the pop rocky feel that I usually get on a like a higher rye bourbon like this, and but man, that flavor stays.
Yeah,
It
especially
really
when you
does
swish
stay.
it. It does.
Yeah.
It does light it up.
This is gonna be a tough one. All right, so where does that leave us?
Where does it leave us?
Yeah. I will say, but this is way more expensive, and I might have to throw that out there as an option. But I'm trying to think back, and it's hard to do off of memory, and that's
Yep.
why I like doing blinds anyways, because then you just know. But at the 101 proof, I'd like to see where the the 70th anniversary comes out, on this one, and to see on. It's been so long since we tried the other Remuses. We're gonna have to do the best of the Remuses too. We'll put the
That's an
three that
idea,
we
the
have.
three with that
No,
one.
yeah. Do the three. Well, I don't know about with it, but I or make two separate ones, even if we did the three, to see which one is the best on a Sunday.
Oh,
But we could always throw that one in there too. But I mean, we have a ton of.
well, it was weird because I mean we did that with the Turkey Day, and then
and we did the makers.
the makers, and it not only was an outlier, stand out, but it was like
It was the best.
It's-
It was the best, and not even a
I
question.
was gonna try to ease into that, but
Sorry, I jumped the gun. Spoiler alert. It was the best. It really, but because you said even when I suggested it, you were like, well, that's a wheater though. It's going to stand out. It just stood out for sure because it was just the best tasting one we had on the table.
It was by far.
Yeah.
I might even be getting a little nut now in the end finish.
That's what I poured a little bit.
Yeah.
I was waiting to see because again, I like the complexity. This has a beautiful caramel and it finishes with a different oaky flavor. So there's at least a couple it's not the one note flavor because I'm getting
just
a nice
got a
oaky
little
pleasant.
nut before
I'm not
the
getting a
swallow.
nut. I was waiting to see if like a nut or a fruit came out.
I'm not getting any fruit.
Yeah. But just even putting a little bit more in a glass,
It
man.
does. It does always.
just
It's weird. It
wakes
does
it
make a
up.
huge difference.
Yeah. Because now the nose is just banging on it. It's really coming out with. There's a lot of this. You put nut in my head, and I'm actively searching for it, and I don't know if I talked
I don't
myself
get it
into
in the nose.
Man, this has a good nose though. Like right from the first pour, that was like a Weller nose. It jumped right out at you. You know what I mean? Not the smell of Weller, but like how they always jump out of the glass. I would love to see it. This one, I wouldn't feel bad at the 99 if it was upwards of the like 120 proof at the cask strength. That you know what I mean? I get it. You got some ultra age. I would love that better, but I'm still at like I'm at an A-A.
I was gonna actually B plus A minus.
Okay,
Where I was at, but
only because of it might be a low proof, but
I think the other ones are too. Aren't they all 100 or the 6 and 7?
no, they're at 100. They're at 100. So I mean, it's at the regular proof. It
For
normally
some
is
reason,
at.
this one seems to be standing out a little bit more. But it's been a while since I touched any of them up there.
It has a hang time like the soft red wheat did on Holiday, but I think Holiday was a little bit hotter because it was a cast strength. That's why, like, if this was at like say 110 proof, I think it would just make all the difference in the world. Not that 101 to 110 is a big difference, but it really is. But man, it holds on. It really holds on. I like A minus. A minus is a good grade for this. I mean, I think the only thing that would keep this from being like, in that A category is a lot of our A's have a higher proof, and I think it would snuff it down, kind of like what happened to the Masters Keep the other weekend. You know what I mean? Where 104 can't compete with 125 or 130. It's just not gonna, because there's just more flavor, more taste, and more hang time out of all of them whiskeys. So that's the only thing I think that keeps this at like an A minus for me. Other than that, flavor profile, I do like that wave better too. And I'm not getting that nut that you're getting. I wish I was, because that would add another element of flavor.
Because it goes like a nut to an oak finish for me. So, and it's a caramel nose. So,
I like it. I'm gonna have to write all these things I talked about. It is actually very, very good. I like the A minus. These are actually very good. So, all right. We'll keep this short and sweet then. We're going to have to see how this ranks against the other ones. But that is the Remus Repeal Reserve number 8. Again, leave a comment down below. If I know some people are going to be like, I'm not paying $100 for 101 proof. And I get that. I do. But this is really good. And stay tuned, because I'm going to write down. I want to see which one out of the last 3 we got. And I know 5 is supposed to be ridiculously good. We didn't get it.
And because I've put words out everywhere.
And I get it. It was supposed to be one of the best ones they've ever had. It was also an anniversary, I guess.
We missed it.
An anniversary. We
I
weren't
think
around then.
It was before our time.
Yeah. We weren't around then. That's the reason why we didn't. And we weren't, when we first started, we weren't paying $100 on a bottle.
We weren't even close to that.
Not. Right. So, again, we can see which one is the best out of that, because it's hard to judge this way, and I haven't tried them in the longest time. So, well, there you go. Remus Repeal Reserve, number 8. Again, leave a comment down below if you've tried it, what you guys think. Always like hearing from you guys. That being said, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Spend less, drink more. Cheers.